2012 was a year famed for its coincidental alignment with the end of the 13th Baktun, a roughly 4-century span of time as reckoned by the Mayan calendar. At the time, it was often misinterpreted as a prediction of impending Armageddon, but the dawn of the 14th Baktun would, in a sense, mark the end of one world and the beginning of a new one. On June 27, 2012, Valve Corporation would release the Source Filmmaker, an animation software suite based on their own game engine of the same name. And ever since, amateurs and professionals alike have been dutifully disgorging crude but yeomanly animations into the internet en masse, often becoming some of the most endearing and beloved works within their media ecosystem, which, like perhaps the sum totality of all creation, leads us inexorably to the topic of this video. What you are seeing here, in its entirety, is the ubiquitous internet sensation known as Skibbidy Toilet. It is currently, and by a wide margin, the most popular media franchise in the world. This seminal work has spawned nearly 100 sequel episodes, each accumulating at minimum tens of millions of views. The original Skibbidy Toilet has even far eclipsed the view count of the music video for Timbaland's Give It To Me in a fraction of the time, since it and Dom Dom Yes Yes by Bizer King were unceremoniously appropriated to create the chimeral mashup that has become synonymous with singing heads and toilets. Michael Bay has even been tapped to direct the feature film adaptation. I'm not making this up, this is all real. Henceforth, the sobriquet Da Fuck Boom must needs be forever posteritized among the most influential artists of the 21st century. Single-handedly destroying a generation, Oppenheimer quotes, and various similar sentiments have effused forth from an eager and legion fanbase. A certain segment of society, we'll call them respectable contributing members, tend to experience something akin to existential crisis when first becoming aware of Skibbidy Toilet and its earth-shattering popularity. A sort of Grandpa Simpson generational moment that's as old as time.
Now what I'm with isn't it, and what's it seems weird and scary to me. It'll happen to you.
But never fear, I am a VTuber, and you will regret this. I mean, I am here to help. The description on the seminal work reads simply, Toilet in Ohio. From such humble seeds, steeped in the Dadaist trappings of internet meme culture, spawned an incipient media empire. For all the deprecating hyperbole from the fanbase, this video is clearly made with little ambition beyond being another in a long line of absurdist chimeral creations of the storied SFM lineage, which, as pointed out, has been a cornerstone of internet culture pretty much since it appeared. That someone is continuing the tradition of dominating internet culture with source engine alchemy is not surprising. That it's begun finally to transcend the gossamer boundary between internet culture and the real entertainment industry is somewhat. But this is the same year where HoloLive performed to a likely flummoxed crowd at Dodgers Stadium, so anything is indeed possible in the storied year 2024. Many watching this are likely puzzled at how a 12-second joke video could serve as the foundation of a full-fledged media franchise, let alone one to sustain a TV series and a feature film tie-in. Well, as Blue Gray continued to iterate on his vision from God, something strange and beautiful began to happen. A loose narrative began to take shape about an ongoing conflict between singing heads and toilets and a species of humanoid AV equipment, known now as camera heads. As the conflict escalates and the stakes of the epic sci-fi battles increase, more species of electronics-based life forms with increasingly godlike capabilities begin to make their presence known. A core contingent of central characters begin to dominate the emerging narrative as we see the evolving conflict through their eyes, and even begin to empathize with their plight as interpersonal conflict, mistrust, hope, and betrayal play out against an apocalyptic backdrop whose dialogue is conveyed solely through pantomime and the ever-present braying of the Skibbidy Toilet anthem. It's got lore. Seriously, it's got a lot of lore. Being entirely conveyed through pantomime, it easily transcends national and linguistic barriers, doubtless contributing to its broad appeal and enabling it to confound the uninitiated worldwide. It's also a testament to the primacy of audio quality in any multimedia. The sound design is meticulous and impeccable, and the occasional meme Easter egg is a refreshing update to the obnoxiously ubiquitous Wilhelm scream. Seriously, Hollywood, it's been like 70 years. It's time to get a few new stock sounds, okay? You're getting shown up by singing toilets. I mean, maybe it is time to grab the film rights, huh? It's gonna be real fucking embarrassing if you can't outdo Blue Gray at his own game, though. Alexei Gerasimov is truly living up to the once proud tradition of Russian literary greatness. Hell, it's almost as though the imagery echoes the themes of how media can be a powerful weapon used for good or for ill. Plus, a salient anti-war message? Basically, what I'm getting at is Skibbidy Toilet is literally our century's War and Peace. It'll probably be studied in classrooms in the future. In all seriousness, though, Skibbidy Toilet unironically has a better sense of story and pacing than many high-budget works from mainstream outlets. It's an idea that asserted itself to the world with no regard for its marketability. I mean, it certainly wasn't going in thinking about how it could appeal to the most people possible, or really any people at all for that matter. Not since SpongeBob SquarePants has anything managed to so thoroughly crack the code of a younger generation's increasingly inscrutable tastes, something that even veteran filmmakers and corporate marketers struggle to grapple with. In that way, it may be the last truly democratic success story. I do have some misgivings about this Hollywood adaptation, though. Despite the uncharacteristic paroxysm of perspicacity from the powers that be, I'm skeptical that the system, let alone the man who brought us pain and gain, has either the artistic integrity or the intellectual capacity to really appreciate Skibbidy Toilet for its artistic merits. I think we can anticipate little more than overwrought CG, shaky cam, and shoehorn celebrity cameos, but I would genuinely love it if somehow they put out an actual theatrical feature made entirely in source filmmaking. It'd be a pretty daring move and experimental on a level not seen since the Blair Witch Project. Not to mention, it'd probably be the most profitable thing ever created. Imagine if they used their studio clout solely for the sake of clearing the rights to all the source music. It'd be nice to have an archival version of this that is immune to link rot and copyright tomfoolery on YouTube, especially considering many of the full-screen editions are getting muted probably by automated bot processes. Contemplating the depth of the potential here is probably only going to further my disappointment with whatever the final product ends up being. Time will tell, I guess. As artistic expression marches inexorably towards its low labor cost, high consumption gray goo future, I guess it's nice to appreciate one last desperate thrashing against the process of entropy. No hate to Duffuk Boom in any case, though. Get that bag, son. I'm proud of you.